evening, Freedom's Chapel Christian Church. It's your Pastor Roz Nichols with a moment of encouragement on this stormy Friday evening in the River City. And our moment draws its inspiration from two sources. One, the Gospel ascribed to Luke, the 15th chapter, verses 1 through 10. And the other source is the one that people have used down through the ages to help to understand God. And that source is life. See, in your lifetime, I bet you've heard somebody say, "You'd lose your head if it wasn't attached." Maybe you've said that to somebody. Or maybe you're like me and you heard that a lot growing up. I was always losing or misplacing one thing or another. Keys have always been on the list. Reading glasses have recently joined the list since I crossed the threshold of 40. But I'm looking out there at y'all, and I think I'm in good company. Either way, to lose something that you are certain that you had is a study and exercise in sheer frustration. You keep going back to the same spot where you know it should be. You retrace your steps, you move and adjust and go and clean up stuff just to find that one thing missing. You lose track of time. You can't focus. It is as if a restlessness takes over you until that which you are searching for is found. And then there is that moment when frustration turns to exhilaration, when agitation becomes exhortation, and you shout, "I found it." There seem to be a lot of those moments swirling around these days. Mine as well as those of others. From the lost keys to the lost puppy to the lost rings, from the lost child to the lost job, even the loss of health. They say on the news, in this current climate in which we live, there seem to be a lot of places and spaces in which we too can become lost. But now this is not a moment of encouragement where I tell you what you need to do in order to, deal with or live through your lost moments. No, this is not about us at all. Actually, this is about God. It's a moment of encouragement about what God does when we are lost. You see, that's exactly the message I believe Jesus is conveying in these two parables about the lost coin and the lost sheep in Luke's Gospel, chapter 15. In it, Jesus uses these parables to help us to see how restless God is when we are lost and how restless God is until we are found. Jesus uses feelings that we can easily connect with if we've ever lost and then found anything we care deeply about. Jesus uses them to help us to see that when we are lost, how God goes on an all-out search and rescue mission to find us. And that is some encouraging news to anybody on this evening who is indeed wrestling with feelings of lost and doesn't have a clue what it is that you should be doing. Well, I'll tell you what my mother told me once when I was growing up. She gave me these instructions. Mama said, "If you are ever separated from me, stay where you are. I will come and I will find you." That's the message that I believe Jesus and God are giving to someone this evening who's wrestling with feelings of being lost. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever lost feelings that you are experiencing in your life, know, please, that you are never too lost for God to find you. You are never too lost. God will search you out because God will go wherever God needs to go to be able to shout, "I found you." Now that's some good news on this evening. Please be encouraged. And I do look forward to seeing you bright-eyed on Sunday morning. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you at 8:15 for breakfast and 9 a.m. for worship and praise. Know that I love you, but more importantly, God loves you even more. Be blessed now.